Hi there, my name's Mark Woods. I'm here to talk to you today in ISO as in a nutshell about clause 7 of the ISO standard. We've talked about clause 8 before, which is the heart of ISO, and that's that get job, do job, build job process. These are really the things that enable the core activities, the get job, do job, build job activities, to be undertaken. So they're not necessarily something your customers see. So what are those support activities? I guess I'd start with things like supplier appointment and supplier monitoring, both of which are kind of requirements of ISO 9000. The appointment of the supplier, how do you make that decision, and the ongoing monitoring of them. How do you ensure that they continue to do the things that you want them to do? What is the monitoring process? That can be wrapped nicely sometimes, it depends on how you see this internally, but that can be wrapped nicely with things like purchasing. It doesn't have to be part of the same activity, could be completely separate, but it's quite often the same. Another kind of core activity would be something like people management. You are required to keep training records and manage the training of people to ensure they remain competent. So how do you judge that? You might break that down into separate activities. Think perhaps a process for recruitment, another one for induction, another one for ongoing development, and maybe even one for engagement, finishing with a process for exit. But it's again how you think about the activities of managing people. Another core activity would be something like facilities management or managing infrastructure, the stuff that you've got around you. So that might be managing the building, it could be managing the fleet, it could be managing calibrated equipment or lifting equipment, it could be managing things like the equipment maintenance schedules. Now they may be separate, they may be all together, but certainly are things that need to be covered. The final one, I guess, is not a requirement of ISO, but it's probably a good idea, and that's managing accounts and finance. ISO doesn't require you to get paid, but I think it's probably a good idea to do so. So it's probably a good idea to codify that too, although not a requirement. So that's support activities, clause 7 in a nutshell. If you want further information, there is plenty on our blog site. And if you want a chat, give us a call. Thank you very much. My name's Mark Woods. Speak to you soon. Ta-ta.